This is the story of Chaten Supersnacks. Chaten Supersnacks all started with the simple purpose to create a brand of superfood snacks for people who are wanting to live a healthier lifestyle. Starting out as an idea real quickly on a post-it, Chaten Supersnacks slowly came to life. The process was bumpy and full of obstacles, but let me guide you through my journey. When we're talking about the brand of a business, we're talking about its identity. This is what your customers perceive your business to be, or the feeling your customer gets from your products. It is important to define this first, as your design elements and content should align with the business's purpose and stay consistent throughout. For this, before starting to define the brand, the most important step was identifying my audience. In the case of selling superfood snacks, I identified that I had a pretty broad audience, but it is mainly made up by females in the younger side who are pursuing that healthy lifestyle. Then, I proceeded to define my brand as a person, writing down words I would associate with the brand and its different personality traits. This helped me get a more precise feel of my brand. It was now time to define the business name. For my name, I was looking for something distinguishable but not easy to imitate, and this is when the first struggles started flowing in. There were so many things I could choose from that the idea of having to stick to this one name really hit hard. I thought about using names in Quechua to represent the local superfoods aspect of my brand, and came up with names like Sami, Tani, Arawi. I eventually settled with Arawi, and proceeded to make my logo. Little did I know that after being ready to create an account and having my logo, that this name was already taken and had a trademark, and there was another brand here in Lima by the name of Arawi. So I had to go back to the ideation phase and brainstorm new names for my brand. I had the option of using a name in Quechua, using a person name, rhyming words, real words. The sky's the limit. At the end, I realized I was giving it too much importance and ended up naming it Chaten Supersnacks. Chaten is in honor of my mom, and Supersnacks to represent superfood snacks. Now, it was time to define the look of my brand. I developed this color palette, which I was going to use for my brand and represented my aesthetic. It took a while to develop my color palette, but I finished off full of warm, earthy tones, and it was a palette where you could combine each color with each color, and you could also combine it with black and white. To finish everything off, it was time to make the logo. Some things to keep in consideration for this were: A. It should be unique. B. It should be identifiable. And C. It should be scalable, meaning that I would be able to use this on an Instagram icon and on different packaging sizes. And in that way, I was able to develop the brand of my products. This is when the second essential question came to play. In order to develop my products, I used design thinking to guide me through the process. The first step, empathize, consists in researching to get a better understanding of your target audience and figuring out what your audience needs. In order to do this, I did a lot of different types of research to familiarize myself with the market. I started by looking at some of the Instagram accounts that already existed and looking at products online in order to identify what type of snacks are already existing and most common. My next step was physically going out to a supermarket and analyzing the different products available, from the different types of snacks to their packaging and taste. I took notes and pictures of the packaging and snacks that caught my eye, and brought home a few snacks from Flora y Fauna to later analyze. In this step, I not only familiarized myself with the products in the market, but also the ingredients and superfoods themselves, looking at recipes, the different nutritional qualities and profiles of different superfoods, and best ways to package baked goods. Now, After conducting the necessary research to familiarize myself with my target audience and the market, it was time to analyze the data collected to define the problems some of these existing products have in order to identify my different market opportunities. This is where I analyzed the products I had bought from Flora y Fauna, where I noticed they all quite literally looked the same, had the same texture, and let me tell you, all tasted like trash. From my observations made based on Instagram accounts, it seems that most brands were selling similar products, which generally fell in the categories of overpriced energy balls or the typical brownie or cookie. Now that I had analyzed my research and came up with my own conclusions, it was time to use my findings in order to proceed to the ideation step, which consisted of brainstorming different product ideas based on the problems I had identified beforehand. This is when I started looking at different ingredients, snack ideas, and recipes I could use. This is when I came up with the idea of, instead of doing individual products like you usually see, selling monthly boxes. This would imply developing a box each month with different types of snacks, which would give me more creative freedom to experiment with different types of snacks and allow the products to be more simple. And simplicity is a friend of mine. With ideas jotted down, my next step was translating this into physical form through prototyping. In this step, I physically started experimenting with different recipes. Looking at different colors and sizes for the packaging, looking at different packaging methods, and just having fun in the kitchen. With the recipes themselves, I would do different variations of the same snack in order to find the best or the most efficient methods for their production. It got messy at times, but the whole purpose of this step is for things to not work out, so you can learn from them and improve your products. Once I was able to develop finalized prototypes, it was time to test them. Throughout the process, I was able to test myself a lot of the products, when oftentimes their problems were very evident.
It tastes good.
Like, for example,
But it melts.
things melting when they
Surprise!
shouldn't have, or things being stuck in the pan. I also got feedback from my family members, who would taste test my recipes. With my finished prototype, in order to get some outsider feedback, I asked the pickiest eater I know to come to my house and give my products a taste. Lucky for you, I have some footage of this.
I didn't mentally plan this out. ¡Deja el perro! Hi, my name is Leonor and I'm gonna be trying Ana Lucia snack today. So I found the pickiest eater I could find, Leonor. So she's gonna be tasting the snacks today. So let's start. It looks kind of good, no? Let's go! This is the protein bites / energy squares. Just grab a square. Okay. Grab a square and taste it, girl. Okay. I honestly kind of like it. Like, I don't love the texture, pero me gusta el sabor. I actually like it. Okay. The next one you're gonna try are the apple chips. They look nice. Go ahead, take one. Yeah, they're cinnamon and maca apple chips. They're crispy, right?
They were like 3 hours in the oven.
Cut this part. Do I have to be honest? Yeah, be honest. I think this one's less burning. You want to try it not burning? Yeah, I'm gonna. Not my favorite, but it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if you were like, you know, in your house, like watching movies, would you like eat this as a snack? Yeah, actually, come on, it's super easy. It's like dry chips. I like it. Here we go. Okay, Next one is the bar with the nuts. I'll just show it real quick. It's
How
that
did you
one.
like make it stick together?
It took me 10 tries. Really?
Okay. Is there? I actually really like this one because I like granola bars in general. It's a little messy, but I like the dried raisins, and it's like kind of sweet, but it's like still nutty. I like sweet and salty combo.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. It has like the right amount of sweet and salty.
Next one. Oh yeah, quinoa almond brittle. Look, I'll take a bite.
I actually really like it.
I make quinoa taste good.
Exactly.
I know, right?
It's a nose though. That's like my new top one.
Really? Wow. Okay, so we got
It's a fight between like these two.
Okay, we got quinoa brittle first place. Then we got the bar. Hop. Then we got apples, and then we got the energy
No,
balls.
this one. That one.
Oh, okay. Now the last one.
Alright.
It's the chocolate. I don't know how it's called.
Chocolate is really good. Like a darkish chocolate. I really like this one. And this one I feel like I would. Like if it was at school, like I would take it.
Okay, if you were trying to like steal food from me, and you opened my lunchbox and you saw that, you would steal that without asking.
Exactly. It's a perfect.
It's approved.
So the chocolate one, that was my top one, my favorite. Then we have the quinoa one. Then I'm in third place. There's the
Nut bar.
Yeah, the nut bar. Then I think this one, the bites,
The protein bites.
and the
Apple
cinnamon
chips.
apple.
Cinnamon naka apple chips.
Exactly.
So I guess the question that everyone is asking, Leonor is the pickiest eater I know. Are these snacks Leonor approved?
Yeah. I give my picky eater approval to these snacks.
You do, and not only because I know your address and where you live and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, can I like take this one?
Take the snack, don't take the plate, girl. Thank you so much for testing these products for us.
I mean, I was kind of scared since I'm a picky eater, but honestly, I really like these, and yeah, you guys should try them out.
At the beginning of this project, I had set up myself some objectives along with their key results. My objectives changed as my brand changed, but the finalized 3 goals I had set up for myself were 1. To create a box with at least 4 types of snacks for my Superfood Snacks business. 2. Design the brand of my Superfood Snacks business. And 3. Create an Instagram account for my Superfood Snacks business. Overall, I was able to meet the key results for the first 2 objectives, with the exception of the second objective, where the creation of the logo's deadline extended to the first week of December. For my third objective, I had started to do the first infographics for my Instagram page, but never really finished it and left it to prioritize the creation of the actual product. My future steps with this project would be to work on the Instagram page, starting off with the third objective I wasn't able to do, and posting weekly, starting in January, to reach 100 followers by February. And with that, we finished the first chapter of Chaten Supersnacks.